At first, people thought it was just a normal violent attack, but gradually, they found that it wasn't that simple, because the attacker was not a person at all, but a bloodthirsty criminal. After saying goodbye to his girlfriend, Wei went to work at the company as usual, but on the way, he saw a factory filled with smoke. He almost had a close contact with the car in front of him. Although Wei was confused, he didn't care. Unexpectedly, he just entered the tunnel and encountered a setback. When he regained consciousness, he found himself trapped here. Relying on the bento prepared by his girlfriend, he managed to escape after 4 days. But when he came out, he found that the world had changed. The streets were in a mess, and the whole city was empty. It was like a scene of the end of the world. Wei came to the repair shop at work and saw a woman sitting quietly on the stool. Finally, he saw her, but as soon as he walked in, he found that she was the long-dead owner. This made him more afraid. Suddenly, he stepped on something. Suddenly, he turned around, and it was a rotten corpse again. Wei was scared to death. Before he regained consciousness, he heard the movement of the room inside. He took the courage to look up. He found that the boss was hiding in the corner. When he looked closely, he was holding a corpse and biting it. Wei shouted to the boss. When he heard the sound, the boss slowly got up. When he turned around and looked at Wei, he was in a daze. Obviously, he had become a corpse. Wei, who didn't know why, was knocked down on the spot. The strange behavior made him realize that something was wrong. He quickly kicked it away. Then he quickly got up and closed the iron fence. But he didn't expect the workers outside to become corpses, too. He pressed him dead on the fence. Wei pushed the corpse away with force. Unexpectedly, the iron weapon on the shelf pierced him directly, but the damage to the corpse was not painful at all. Soon, he got rid of the shackles and came to him again. Wei had a bad feeling. He hurried to a truck. At this time, more corpses came to him. Fortunately, he started the truck. He left the scene with a kick. He wanted to turn on the radio to hear what happened, but he didn't hear the specific situation. He had to brake, because the entire road was completely blocked. He could only choose to get out of the car. What he was most worried about was his girlfriend's safety. But when Wei hurried home, he didn't see his girlfriend's figure. He was in a hurry to open the drawer. He found the wedding ring he gave her was still there. Suddenly, he heard the sound of a motorcycle outside. Wei opened the window and looked. He only saw a man riding a motorcycle. Finally, he saw a living person, so he hurried to chase him. He could catch up with a firefighter. The motorcycle had disappeared, but from the surrounding debris, there should be someone here. Wei shouted loudly, but he didn't get a response. Instead, he drew a corpse. He saw it. Wei hurried away. In a panic, he was accidentally cut by the iron shelf. He endured the pain and ran outside, but he almost collided with 2 corpses. Wei's father was attacked. When he was in danger, the motorcycle man suddenly appeared on the 2nd floor. He shouted that he could go up from behind. According to the man's instruction, Wei managed to climb to the 2nd floor, but he didn't have time to catch his breath. He was pointed at by a man with a gun. He asked if he was bitten. Wei struggled to turn around. He found that he was a high school classmate. At this time, the motorcycle man and another man came over again. The man revealed that he was the police chief. He began to examine Wei, but he found the knee that had just been cut. The police chief immediately lost his mind. After Wei's explanation, the 2 of them let go. Then they took him to another room. There are many survivors here. From what they said, Wei finally knew that the people outside had all become corpses. Once he was bitten by them, he would become like them. If he was in danger, he would attack their heads. Although the government had set up a shelter in a high school, and the rescue team was rescuing the survivors, they lost contact with the rescue team yesterday. Now they can only figure out a way to get there. In case of emergency, the police chief suggested that they go over and inquire about the situation. Because the motorcycle man used to be a delivery boy, he was very familiar with the roads in the city. He was entrusted with this task. Soon at night, the corpses began to move, but the motorcycle man did not return. It looks like it's getting worse, but because the corpses at night are more fierce, they can only wait until the next day to act. However, as soon as everyone was ready to go into the water, they suddenly heard a strange sound downstairs. It was the corpse trying to break through the obstacle. It turned out to be the blood left by Wei during the day that attracted them. Fortunately, after a night of resistance, they successfully blocked the corpse's attack. A group of people were ready to go to the rescue team. It was much safer during the day than at night. Finally, before the nightfall came again, they successfully arrived at the rescue team. But it's scary and quiet here. It doesn't look like anyone is here at all. With the professor's reminder, they saw the motorcycle man's motorcycle and came inside. The entire shelter was in a mess. Wei accidentally saw his girlfriend's hospital information. He guessed that his girlfriend might have been here, so he started looking for her everywhere. But the inside of the school was even more dead. Only a few faces were found. not a corpse. It seems that he was attacked by a corpse, but because it's getting late, they can only stay here. Wheezy peed in the bathroom at night, so he planned to go to the bathroom alone. But as he walked, he heard the piano sound. Wheezy did not realize the danger. She followed the sound and walked over. She soon came to the door of the gym. She went in and opened the curtain to see. The moment she saw it, she was dozens of years younger. She only heard the sound of the corpse. In the living room, all the corpses in the hospital were awakened. The people in the room almost heard the sound at the same time. The next second, the corpse army rushed out. They only saw the corpse behind the woman in the water mirror. Xiao Shui saw the woman running back. He used the push cart next to him to stop them. He turned around and told the crowd, "You should go." After they left, Xiao Shui also rushed to the stairs. He saw the corpse running up. He didn't run away. In the eyes of the crowd, Xiao Shui kicked the corpse to the floor. There were 4 men and 4 women. There were too many corpses. They had to find a safe place. It seemed that the woman would not fall when she ran away. She was about to kill the corpse. Fortunately, Xiao Shui appeared in time and shot the corpse with a bow. On the other hand, at the end of the day, the nature of the people began to show. In order to avoid the corpse, the old man took Chinese medicine as a shield. At a critical moment, the old enemy appeared in time and killed the corpse. The 2 people were very angry. Then the 4 people met. The corpse was blocked in a classroom. On the other hand, the 2 women were forced into the side room by the corpse. They saw that the toilet door was about to be blocked. In order to save their daughter's life, the mother sent her out of the window. She was about to kill the corpse. The corpse outside was rescued by the old enemy. In the classroom, they used curtains to make a 10-meter-long rope, but when they threw it down, a large number of corpses had gathered below. Xiao Shui decided to lure the corpse away. He wanted to climb to the ambulance with a flexible hand. The corpse on the left side of the bus was attracted by the sound. Then he jumped out of the car. He found a bag of blood on the ground. He quickly climbed to another car and threw out the blood. He shot the bag with a bow. Soon the corpses were attracted by the smell of blood. At this time, the little girl who was sent out of the toilet was being chased by the corpse. But when he ran away, his clothes were hooked. A corpse was approaching him. He wanted the girl to climb down. He used his exquisite swordsmanship to hold the corpse's head with one sword. But he didn't wait for everyone to relax. A corpse appeared again, and he was the delivery boy before. Although Xian couldn't bear to do it, he still pulled the bowstring another shot. Everyone was finally safe. Jiren returned to the original place again. Xiao Shui tried to adjust the radio, who knew that a woman's voice was heard next to the phone, and he was thinking of his girlfriend. His girlfriend was in a very bad situation when everyone rushed over. He only found a lot of dead bodies. Lao Di deduced through underground bullets the girlfriend he was thinking of should have been taken away by the military then. Lao Di let Jiren stay where he was, go out and look for gas oil, and at this moment, the old man found the doctor strange. It turned out that he had been bitten long ago. The doctor said he might not die, let him keep it a secret. The old man is a selfish man. If he didn't take Chinese medicine as a shield, he wouldn't have been bitten at this time. The doctor looked at his neck. There is a kind of bloodletting impulse. Everyone killed a wave, and a wave of dead bodies finally realized that something was wrong. These dead bodies seemed to have been summoned by something. Xiaodao asked if anyone was bitten, hiding his injury at this time. The doctor finally couldn't bear it. Xiaodao opened his sleeve and looked. It turned out that the doctor's wound was constantly attracting dead bodies. Looking at the more and more dead bodies, everyone can only choose to retreat for a short time. Xiaodao, in order to prevent the doctor from mutilation, tied the doctor directly with a belt. Xiaodao insisted on killing the doctor in advance for everyone's safety, but the male lead of the Holy Mother's Heart insisted on not abandoning the doctor and promised to keep looking at the doctor. Not long after, the doctor began to show the characteristics of the dead bodies, summoning other dead bodies. Everyone can't help but run away, want to still insist on taking the doctor. At a critical moment, the dead bodies chased up. The doctor was attacked by 2 dead bodies again. Fortunately, Xiao Shui came to help. The doctor wanted to leave quickly. I can't do it anymore. The doctor closed the door. Use your own body to fight for time for them. On the other side, the robbed fiancée Yume was rescued by the self-defense team on the way to the base. In order to avoid the sudden appearance of the dead bodies, the car overturned. The male chest of the same type was directly pierced by the steel bar. The doctor Jamu can only perform surgery for him in place, but a lot of blood in the operation attracted a large number of dead bodies. The self-defense team had to stay in place, shoot to kill the dead bodies, fight for time for the operation. The old enemy, who went out to look for gasoline, heard the gunshot, rushed to support the self-defense team. The rescue team of the final base arrived, brought them back to the base. For the safety of the base, everyone must have a blood test and to be quarantined. Yume asked the doctor to help her find a boyfriend. The Doctor laughed strangely on the other side. Old enemy came back with gasoline. Everyone will also set foot on the road to the base soon. Everyone can live a normal life. Everyone is full of expectations. The old enemy got out of the car and waved at the base. Shout out loud, everyone will be reborn. But I didn't expect. I thought a good life was about to begin, but I never thought it would end like this. Showdown can't accept that his boss was killed. Take out the pistol and talk to the military. Wanna pull up Showdown and retreat. And the soldier said in the report, it's the people outside the door who shoot first. Sui Ji, Ba Xiang, and others position the terrorists. The people who ran away found a service area. I didn't find a corpse. It's a little weird here. Suddenly a woman rushed to think after discovering that the other party was not a corpse. The woman said a word to save me, then fainted. I never thought this woman is actually the famous star Xiaomei. Everyone found a lot of supplies in the mall. The rarest thing is there is actually a place to bathe for the people who didn't take a bath for 10 days. It's a paradise. I want to make a rich dinner for everyone. This is a blessing in a troubled world. Xiaodao proposed to set off for the seaside early tomorrow morning, and a woman said it was good here. It's safe to eat. Why can't I live here? And I think Xiaodao is right. Should continue to move forward. There is no place that is absolutely safe now. This woman left on the spot. The woman who died came to the stairs alone and cried, I feel very wronged. In the end, another team caught him. It turns out that this mall is the territory of this fireman. The leader is called away. They kidnap women because they want their pistols. The agreement is to exchange hostages with pistols. The next day, everyone discussed if the gun is handed over, they will be very difficult to survive in the future. Everyone thought of a counter-argument. The other party thought they only had a pistol. Who doesn't? No, they have two guns. The other one is a dead old enemy's gun. It's not easy to beat them. The next day, the exchange officially began. Xiaodao handed over the gun to Awei. Awei checked the pistol. When I was about to let go, Awei has already observed everything until I want to disappear. Shouted to let him not hide. I want to point to myself and aim at Awei with a bow. At this time the young marshal took another gun and aimed at Awei. Watching this game when you want to win. I didn't expect the star Xiaomei who saved before. It's actually Awei's people. He betrayed Xian, not only exposed their plan and kidnapped the little girl. The dagger in his hand, I still want to use it for self-defense. The poor look before. It's all fake. Xiaomei still laughs at them. How can you believe in others stupidly? At the end of the day, wanna feel your own kindness, and the true heart was trampled. The woman took the collector, constantly pushing into the corpse. Just when she was about to pinch the corpse's neck, the corpse suddenly became wild. The collector fell to the ground. The corpse kept trying to attack Xiaomei. Xiaomei just wanted to pick up the collector. The crazy corpse directly grabbed Xiaomei's feet. Xiaomei could only kick the corpse at this time. The family doctor above said Xiaomei was not crushed by his words. I thought of my boyfriend who was still wandering outside instead. It solidified his confidence. Only when the corpse virus is collected, the people here will allow him to go out with. The soldier Xiaomei took out a pair of scissors from behind. A long mouth was carved on his arm. The bloody corpse was restless. Xiaomei's left hand was attracted to the corpse. The collector on the right kept testing. Finally, it was stuck on the corpse's neck. The doctor could only follow the agreement. Let Xiaomei participate in the search of the patrol team on the other side. Nan Youxian and others were trapped in the basement because of Xiaomei's betrayal. They were locked in the basement by Wei and others. They also saw an incredible scene. All the corpses in this service area were locked here. These people have a special way to manipulate the corpses. The power generator in the service area is broken. Want to take the liberty to repair it? Maybe there's a chance to escape. Xiaomei wanted to leave a message on the message box. I never thought that a man with a knife would appear behind. This person is Wei's subordinate. When passing through the hall, he just happened to make a mistake with Nan Youxian. Sometimes fate is so strange. The crowd is looking for him. That person is at the top of the lighthouse. I was thinking of a countermeasure when I wanted to repair the generator while Xiaodi was inspecting. Want to push her away. Cross. Another person locked the door quickly. Want to turn over the fence. The engagement ring accidentally fell. Was picked up by a cute little girl on the other side. Yumei was taken to a room by Wei. Treat an old man. It turns out that there are old people and children who survive. Wei received the report and wanted to escape, then left in a hurry. Sure enough, I met Xia in the hall. I want to know that Wei is not a bad person. There are so many old people and children following him. They are actually the same people. Won't let go of the kindness in their hearts. In the conversation, Xian also learned the people here are experiments from the base. The people at the base won't let these people escape overseas. While talking, the subordinates came to report that the base's army was about to attack. Wei didn't want to run out of the door, came to the house to organize the elderly and children to retreat. The subordinates came to the prison where the corpse was locked up. Opened the door. A wave of zombies attacked. Please pay attention to safety. The army that came to attack soon. I met a corpse in the aisle. I want to go on the way to rescue my partner. I met a corpse when I was about to solve this corpse. Xiaomei stopped him. It turned out that this is Xiaomei's boyfriend. I have to tie the corpse again. Xiaomei also gave up running away. She wants to be with her boyfriend. Xiaomei told her how to control the corpse to thank her. After Xian left, a large number of corpses came. Xiaomei chose to be with her boyfriend forever on the other side. The people who were locked up had long been desperate. Many people think they want to abandon them and run away. A torch flew over. That man came to the torch. It turns out that these corpses are afraid of light and heat. Everyone succeeded in rescuing. Just when they were about to leave, Xiang seemed to hear the call of his girlfriend. It turned out that Xiaomei saw the ring on the little girl. Knowing that Xiang was here, he came back to look for it. Without hesitation, Xiang also heard the voice of his girlfriend, just going back to look for but was stopped by the corpse. Xiang didn't think much. Maybe he missed too much. The people in the army were also badly injured. The running knife saw the retreating army. He remembered that his boss was shot by the army. He pulled the bow without hesitation. It was too late to stop when he wanted to see. The bow was hit by injured soldier. The contradiction between the two sides is even more serious. Under the tunnel, Xiang taught Xiaodao hard. Asked him why he did this, and Xiaodao is not afraid to show weakness. Instead, he said, I don't want to be with you anymore. Only one of us can stay. Every time I follow him because of his mother's heart put us in a lot of trouble. Xiaodao forced everyone to choose. I want to say sorry to everyone and voluntarily quit. I stopped walking when I wanted to. The ring is gone. The girl can't find it either. He felt so tired at this moment. A corpse walks slowly towards him. Want to find out, but don't resist. He has no direction. This is when Xiao Shui appeared. Then, in addition to Xiaodao, everyone was infected. Xiao Shui said, you are my first friend here. You are trustworthy. Xiang is also confident. I must take everyone away from here. The little girl and the teen was laughing. Urgently need medicine. Everyone cooperated to the hospital to find the medicine, but they found that the medicine in the hospital was scrapped. Want to make a bold decision. They want to sneak into the base to steal the medicine. Maybe there shouldn't be Shen Wuxin in the chaotic world, but there are people like this. Everyone has confidence to live. A person. Xiaodao saw the message left by Yumei on the message board. He took the message directly and put on the uniform of the army and went into the base. He found Yumei and wanted to take Yumei away. When Yumei asked him about the situation, Xiaodao said that Xiang was dead. The soldiers in the base became the dead. Everyone is fleeing. The little girl also saw the corpse, but there was no fetus. The corpse also slowly looked at the little girl. How could there be an infected person in the base and was not found? The person in charge of rescuing this soldier was Yumei. Yumei heard from Xiaodao that Xiang was dead. The whole person became lost. I even forgot the soldier I was rescuing. Xiang is gone. Yumei feels that she has no meaning in life, ready to end her life. Rescued by soldiers. At a critical moment, the doctor brought Yumei to a room. Pull out the white cloth. Korean is a little girl who plays with herself all day. Yumei dare not be confident. Her own mistakes hurt this child. At this time, Yumei wanted to end herself even more, and the doctor's ambition was also exposed because Yumei has a special gene in her body like a corpse, convincing Yumei to cooperate with research to atone for her sins. Once the vaccine is developed, the little girl may still have a chance. On the other side, Xiang took everyone on the way to Hanbin. The little girl and her team got asthma. Only there is a cure. There is a normal place where there is no infection. It is also everyone's hope. Finally arrived at the blockade line. Everyone is happy to wave to the opposite side. What responds to them is the cry of the dead in the fence. Hanbin has no choice. Another hope is gone. Finally, I want to bring the team to a small island, but I didn't expect that way. And the others were also on the island. This time there was no conflict on both sides. Talked about cooperation peacefully. Both sides need drugs to treat their partners. Finally decided to cooperate together to the base to steal drugs. Everyone came to an air raid shelter connected to the base. Unexpectedly, they were detected by surveillance. As soon as they entered the base, the doctor did not make a statement. All this is within the doctor's plan. At this time, the man sees himself as a lost sister. A cowardly man blames everything on others instead of reflecting on his own negligence. The man heard the noise outside the door. Immediately hid under the bed. The one who came just came to look for the drug. Want to drink? Why didn't May think of that? There is actually a corpse in the base. Almost bit my own. I think it was the first time I saved May. And the brother under the bed looked at this. On the other side, Yumei, due to cooperation, entered a state of false death. Xiaodao moved her to the wheelchair and took her away. Wanna find the drug with Mei just about to retreat. Wanna see the person you've been looking for? Xiaodao took her away. Wanna give the drug to Mei? Ask her to take the drug back. Want to follow up immediately? Xiaodao took Mei to an underground passage. This passage is almost no light. Xiaodao went up to explore but found a soldier turned into a corpse. Xiaodao was scared and retreated. A needle tube stuck on her neck. Xiaodao passed out. Wanna shout Yumei's name in the passage. Weak. Yumei responded to him. Want to explore the path in the dark. Wanna touch a hand in the dark. Just about to look up and was knocked out. The one who knocked him out was the doctor. It's all the doctor's conspiracy. Want to wake up slowly from a wheelchair. In front of him is a camera and countless corpses, but he was tied to the stool. The doctor appeared at this time. Wanna be hard to believe the doctor is actually the doctor who organized my mother more than 20 years ago. This base has been tightly controlled by the doctor. The doctor told Xia the old enemy was also killed by him. The soldiers have no idea. It's all to stop you from Coming to the base at this time, the family doctor came to report someone cut off the power. The doctor was angry, opened the door of the corpse. The corpse kept thinking one have no power to fight back. Just when the corpse attacked, Xiao want to move backwards, avoided the attack. Xiao Shui also arrived at the same time. It turns out that the people who destroyed the power supply were Xiao Shui and Demei. The doctor came to the device for storing the vaccine, watching the temperature continue to rise, suddenly made a scream order people to repair the power supply as soon as possible. Wanna still refuse to escape. He has to do something. He's going to find Yume. If there is no Yume, everything will be meaningless on the other side. Yume came to the little girl's room, saw a cowardly brother and a little girl lying on the ground. Matt was still fantasizing about finding a vaccine to save the little girl. Brother said he was killed by terrorists, didn't say he untied the rope. The seed of hatred is rooted in Yume's heart. He swore to kill the murderer. Xiao Shui also accidentally found a cell. There is a dead body of 001 in it. Wanna freeze, unwilling to believe it's the mother who died more than 20 years ago. The figure of the mother appears in Xiao Shuai's mind. Although he became a corpse, but as a son, how could a mother bear to suffer like this? The doctor's conspiracy is too terrible. He actually laid out for more than 20 years. Xiao Shui wanted to end his mother, but I can't do anything. Run to the corner and cry. He has lost his mind in the end. A bald man stopped him and knocked him out and took him away. Xiao Shui and Yume were worried. Come back to find the little girl's brother rushed out from behind with a knife, unexpectedly found by Xiao Shui. Xiao Shui raised his fist to the end, stabbed the girl's brother. Just when Xiao Shui subdued the man, a surgical knife pierced Xiao Shui's arm. The people who came were Yume quickly helped Xiao Shui. The two sides confronted each other with knives. They naturally didn't know the person in front of you was the one you were looking for. Yume holds Xiao Shui's hind leg. This cowardly man, I'm so speechless. Just when the two of them ran away, the thought of his mother was attracted by the smell of blood, rushed up straight to the big girl. Xiao Shui pulled the knife. The corpse was bitten by Xiao Shui. Xiao Shui was bitten by the thought of his mother. The thought was also saved by a bald man. This bald man used to be an experimenter at the base. It turns out that the doctor is using the reputation of studying vaccines, doing indescribable things. Xiao Shui didn't let everyone know he was bitten by the corpse, but I found Xiao Shui alone after saying that. Xiao Shui fainted. Xiao Shui also saw the wound on his body. Everyone feels very uncomfortable but didn't say it. Why do you want to think about someone you can't be sure of caused Xiao Shui to be bitten? At this time, Dr. Jamu came to the island to see Xiao Shui. It turns out that she is Xiao Shui's sister. She told Xiao Shui the doctor has been studying vaccines. There may be vaccines to cure. Xiao Shui at the base must be obtained before the trial. Want to sneak into the lab with Dr. Jamu. I saw the freezer where Dr. Jamu has been losing his life. Dr. Jamu's identification, but I didn't expect that. I didn't have the authority help Dr. Jamu do so many bad things. I didn't expect myself to be guarded. Want to destroy the power supply directly along. Dr. Jamu rushed to check his freezer in a hurry. Just when he opened the freezer, want to pretend to kidnap Jamu, kicked Dr. Jamu. Opened the freezer. It turns out that there is no vaccine in it but a corpse. Dr. Jamu seems to have been touched by a secret dragon. Scream. Dr. Jamu can only let Dr. Jamu take away the drug he is developing. Just when he wanted to leave the base, his soldier appeared and shot Dr. Jamu in the stomach. The vaccine is broken. Fortunately, there is still a pill. Dr. Jamu walked and stopped the pain in the abdomen, made him unpredictable. He struggled to move forward with his own will. On the other hand, Xiao Shui had symptoms of mutilation. The old man picked up the knife in his hand. At this time, Dr. Jamu was in a hurry. Inject the vaccine into Xiao Shui's body. Finally, under the examination of Dr. Jamu, this kind of vaccine has no effect. Everyone took Xiao Shui to see the last sunset in their lives. Xiangya's tears ended the friend he trusted most in the past. On the other hand, Jamu seemed to have sensed his brother's death. Xiangya threw away the intercom. He had contacted Yume before. He can't let his fantasy hurt his friends at this time. Xiaomei also said that Xiao Shui was bitten because a woman stabbed him, so he didn't avoid the corpse. Xiangya made up his mind on his own to collect his mother's heart. Killed that woman because the freezer was destroyed. No one can fix it. The doctor made a scream again. Dr. Yume hugged him gently while watching the collapse in his eyes. Dr. Yume is a man who is dedicated to contributing to humanity. He is still encouraging the doctor. Even if the whole world is against us, don't care. On this day, Wei's men found a boat. It looks like someone sneaked on the island. It turned out to be a knife bought by the base. The base sent him to persuade others to surrender to this island. The knife was finally tied up because the knife didn't go back. The base sent a lot of people to prepare to take this island by force. Among them, Yume also asked to participate in this operation. He also wants to avenge the little girl. The people in the base sneaked on the road and the little girl's brother followed. He climbed to the top of the mountain, just saw the needle that was digging wild vegetables. He shot directly into the needle's hand. Yume heard the gunshot and rushed over. He took up the bow and shot the cowardly man, but it just broke his leg. He was just about to chase and was stopped by the needle. The people In the base also heard the gunshot and rushed over. Yume saw the injured man and was even angrier in her heart. This is a group of cowards. She wants to know that the needle is injured and the woman who stabbed the young marshal is also there. There was another misunderstanding between the two sides at night. The two officers and soldiers of the base were ready to attack Lao Tu and others used small knives as hostages. The two sides began to confront and Yume hid on the mountain with a pistol. The officer also came to the mountain with a bow and arrow. Just saw Yume ambushing with a pistol. This is not the woman who stabbed the young marshal. The officer raised the bow and arrow and told her not to move, loudly accusing Yume of the crime. Yume heard that this was the fiancée of the deputy chief of his own day. It turned out that she was not dead the moment when Yume turned around. Here the officer was stunned. He was in a state of shock. This is actually Yume. There is no way. There are no medical measures here. I can only hold Yume to find the soldiers. Let them take it back to rescue this soldier. Captain also seemed to have noticed something wrong. This fireman is not like what the report said is a terrorist. It's contradictory to think about it. Yume is the one who thinks about it day and night, but was shot by himself. Now life and death are unknown, but he is also the murderer who caused the death of his good brother. The thought also began to go astray. On the other hand, the captain also knew the conspiracy of the doctor, but the other soldiers have been so-called vaccine confused. Finally, the captain escaped, came to the island, headed to the mountain to wait for people and solve the truth. Also brought news of Yume. Yume has been rescued. The big stone in my heart has just fallen. This cowardly man was also left on the island. He saw the so-called terrorist in front of him. It's not what he heard. Jinzi even concealed who fired the gun. Jinzi's wound is infected, urgently need medicine. He is willing to use himself as a hostage to exchange medicine. Xianya made a deal with the base, exchange medicine with hostages. Yume must also be present. The doctor finally revealed his conspiracy. He opened the freezer in front of Yume. It turned out to be the doctor's wife, and this virus was created by the doctor. The purpose is to revive his wife, and the special antibodies in Yume can also help him study. But now the freezer has been destroyed. He wants to survive. The next day, the two sides agreed to trade at the dock. Both sides arrived on time. Yume is here. Xianya finally let go. The people at the base asked to let you go first. The gun has been aimed at Xian. The people at the base have been hidden but was rescued by the captain. Xiaomei and Xiaodao also occupied the high point. Want to get the medicine successfully. He walked to Yume, reach out his hand, invite him back to the island together. But I didn't expect Yume to take out the gun and aim at Xian. No one dared to believe Yume did not shoot directly. The bullet passed along the cheek. At this time the soldiers at the base became dead. It turned out that the doctor gave them the injection was not a vaccine but a disease. Soldiers in Yume are worth retreating. I can't believe this is Yume. The people lived on the island for a while. On this day, they found the lifeboat. Everyone is in the same boat but finally want to choose to stay. He is going to find Yume even if Yume is so heartless. I didn't expect the doctor to have been waiting for a long time. He threw a dagger on the ground. Then he said, either you kill Yume or Yume kills you. Yume came over with a knife face to face. On the way, ordinary people at the base have been found to be locked up. Threatened Yume with this. Want to talk to himself, then kneel in front of Yume. Let her kill herself. See Yume hesitate. The doctor said, you killed her, I'll give you the key to the prison. Yume raised her knife, still can't bear to do it. Want to hold her hand stabbed into his own body. This is too bloody. I'm so angry for unrelated people to kill his fiancée. Can't you kill the doctor? The doctor saw Xian's expression of no pain at all, began to scream again. The gun opened, the water spray. Two people lost their blood. The dad also swam in from the door. Two people hugged each other. Just when the dad was about to come, the gun rang. It turned out to be his own teammates. They gave up on the escape yacht, come back and want to fight side by side. The doctor on the other side ran away with his wife. I didn't expect a soldier to die and rush to Shanghai. The doctor was shot in the head. Just now the spray was so accurate. In the end, the doctor was bitten by the dead. Bye-bye.